Now, Jesus was clearly against social injustice, and there was a lot of it during his day. Israel was under the foreign military rule of the Romans, who weren't very nice. So it's only natural to assume that Jesus would approve of those today who claim to be advocates for the poor, the disadvantaged, and the marginalized of society. However, here's 2 reasons why I don't think Jesus actually would. The first reason is that Jesus was under no illusions concerning human nature. He believed that the reason why there was so much social injustice out there was because of what resides in here. That we are all by nature greedy, selfish, and envious. And so Jesus didn't think that we could produce a perfect world this side of heaven. And so while he did urge us to rise above those natural inclinations, his mission wasn't to force heaven upon us. He hadn't come to coerce us into being good. Now contrast that with many of the communist regimes of the previous century, who believed that through war and violence and dictatorship, they could literally force a secular heaven here on earth. The result was the deaths of over 100 million people, meaning that more people have been killed by those claiming to be promoting social justice than for any other reason throughout history, including religion. Now, let that sink in. And the second reason is that Jesus was clearly motivated out of a genuine love and concern for the powerless, not out of a visceral hatred of the powerful. Jesus was not about seeking vengeance and retribution. In fact, he taught that we are to love our enemies, not hate them. Now contrast Christ's attitude with that of your typical young social justice activists today, who have this angry militancy about them. Just think what they would do, what they would justify if they ever took a hold of the reins of power. Well, we don't need to imagine, because the world witnessed last century what a utopian mindset poisoned with hatred and vengeance is capable of, something that clearly Jesus would never approve of.